You probably forgot about me, with good reason, because where the heck have I been? Okay, I'm coming at you barefaced, which I normally don't do in my intros. Sometimes I do it, but not all the time. But I want to be as authentic as possible, and due to the nature of this video, we want to be authentic as possible. So today I'm just going to do like a little get ready with me. I have some of the products I've been reaching for a lot lately, so it'll kind of be like what I'm reaching for, my current everyday makeup, that kind of thing. And also I'm going to explain to you why I've been so freaking dodgy and where I've been and why I'm a loser at YouTube. So probably none of you guys are new here because I have not gained any subscribers really in the last month and a half because I haven't been posting very consistently. So I'm not gonna say, those of you who are new here, I'm Kendra. You guys already know I'm Kendra. But if you enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and let's just, you know what? Let's just skip everything else and get right on into it. So, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do today, except for I think I wanna do a hot pink eye look that I did like a couple months ago using a ColourPop palette, and I had a ton of people say, you should do a look on that, and here we are, like 2 months later, maybe even 3 months later, and I still haven't done a look on that, so. But I do have the new Kathleen Lights ColourPop collection, like the Twinkling Lights, the like holiday one, but the thing is they said it's limited edition and it's probably never coming back, and it's not really hot pink, it's more red, so I'm not too sure if I'm gonna use that today. There's gonna be way too much talking in this video anyway, so let's start. To prime, I am first going to start with the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It is the dead of winter, even though it's not, because I think the first day of winter was like 3 days ago. But it feels like the dead of winter, that's for sure. So I need extra hydration, and this Becca primer is my go-to for that. It's also really brightening. It has that like purple hue, and also it has like these tiny like flecks of glitter. Not really. It's not glittery at all. It's just like really shiny, so it's gorgeous. Just to add another expensive thing onto the menu of makeup today, I'm going to use the Tatcha, this Silk Canvas Primer. I hate this because I love it. Like, I hate it because it's $52, but I don't use it on my whole face. I know I've talked about this a couple videos ago, but again, that was a couple videos ago, which means that was like a month ago because that's how dodgy I've been. I just use it across my like nose because that's where I get shiny and a tiny bit oily, and then maybe a little bit onto my cheeks and the center of my forehead. But the thing is, my cheeks and my forehead get really dry. It's really only my nose that doesn't get that dry, so I think it's a little too bright. I'm gonna take the brightness down a notch and then continue on. So you like have this little like coin thing that they give you, which is nice, but also not, because like where do I store it to keep it clean? I don't freaking know, because like I have it wrapped up in a tissue, like legit a tissue, and I just keep it on my vanity in a tissue. So I just take it and move it into my skin, but I really just stay on my nose. Like really, that's just my nose. Am I blending into the background? I think I'm blending into the background, but do I look like a floating head? Oh, video is gonna be all sorts of disastrous. I'm sorry. That's just how my life is these days. But I should probably change the background. So maybe I'll put up another one. Okay, I'm not a floating head anymore. So, as you can see, that was a very easy representation of how my life has been lately. Now I'm too dark. Now I'm too freaking dark. Okay, we're gonna not have any more technical difficulties today. I'm also going to use some of my Photo Finish primer water, and I'm really running out of this, so the spray kind of sucks because it's having a hard time sucking up, you know, more. So it really just feels like really harsh on my skin. Okay, for face foundation, I'm taking my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Tinted Moisturizer. I have the shade Fair. This thing has like 0 coverage. I have really crappy skin right now, like I have for the last 6 months or so. But I just, 1, don't care, and 2, I'm the kind of person that prefers lighter coverage foundation or BB cream, and then to fix everything with concealer. That's just what I like. Because I like to have my skin look as like skin-like as possible. Also, if I put full coverage on top of my freckles, it makes them look really weird. So anyways, we're supposed to talk about where I've been. So as a lot of you guys may know, if you watch the vlog or if you follow me on social media, the end of November, I was in Taiwan and then China. Like, so crazy. It was awesome. We went to Taiwan because, I don't know if you didn't watch the vlogs, here's a little sneak peek. 3, 2, 1. We went there because Sam's brother lives in Taiwan with his wife and his kids, so we haven't seen them in forever because that's really far away. Then we were like, well, we're gonna be on this freaking other side of the world, so we gotta go somewhere else. Like, let's not waste our time with all those flights and stuff by coming just all the way back to the US. Let's go somewhere else. So we decided on Shanghai. We had a few places in mind. By the way, I'm using the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealers. It's literally like everything and more. I love these so much. This is shade 1 that I'm using under my eyes and in my forehead to brighten. We decided on Shanghai because we thought about a few different places. We thought about going to Thailand or Japan. Where else did we think about going? Maybe Hong Kong, but the prices, Shanghai is the closest to Taiwan, so it was free to change our flight to be home from Shanghai rather than home from Taiwan. And it was cheapest to fly from Taipei, Taiwan to Shanghai, China. So in the end, that is why we decided to go to Shanghai. We had a great time, very different. I've never been out of the country, so that was really crazy because everyone always says, like, for your first time going out of the country, going to a place like Asia, the culture is just the most different from obviously like my American cultureless culture. But all in all, we had a blast. By the way, I'm using shade 2 in the same concealer around the sides of my face and on like blemishes. And then I'm also going in with, like, if you guys have been around my channel, you know the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer, just because it sticks really well to my nose and I get a lot of redness on my nose. And it also has a little bit more coverage than the First Aid Beauty concealer. I had pre-filmed an additional video that would have gone up like the last couple of weeks or so, but I hated it. And it's because I just felt like I needed to rush and film videos to get out for you guys. And you know what? This video is gonna be really long. So I know we're probably like 5 minutes into it, maybe longer. But you might wanna pause and go grab a snack. Oh, these beauty lights, man, I haven't seen my skin in these beauty lights and it makes me look really gorgeous. And thank you, beauty lights, because I haven't seen you guys in a while. I don't even know what I was saying next. Oh yeah, so we were in Shanghai, which was so cool. We had such a great time. We had no phone data, which if I were to ever go back to Asia, I would make sure that I paid for international data because no one speaks English, which we knew that was gonna happen. But in Taiwan, like almost everywhere you went had Chinese, which they speak Mandarin in Taiwan, so it had Chinese writing. And then underneath it, it had English, but in Shanghai, we thought more would have English because Shanghai is like a very financial business city, but there was like no English anywhere except for the subways, which was nice because we got around really easily on the subways because there was English. So as I was saying, I pre-filmed a bunch of videos, but I ended up hating the one that I filmed, so I just like trashed it. That's why the last one you saw, it was uploaded while I was in Taiwan, but I didn't have anything. I honestly haven't had a beauty video go up in I think 3 weeks. By the time this video goes up, maybe 4 weeks. I'm not 100% sure because I can't handle thinking about dates and stuff like that right now, clearly. Clearly, because I was a floating head, like with that black backdrop. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I actually just tweeted. Sorry, this is like a side note, but I just tweeted something. By the way, Twitter's like my favorite form of social media, so if you're trying to like really connect with me, that's the place to go, okay? I just realized I forgot setting powder, so we're just gonna not go grab it and use a different kind of powder because that's how lazy I am. Anyways, I tweeted saying a great indicator of how I know my life, I have no grasp on my life, and it's the fact that I did laundry a week ago and yet I'm still frantically searching through the laundry hamper every morning because I haven't put my clothes away and it's been a week. Talking about that video though is a great way to show to you guys, really quick, I'm going with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit in the shade Unlocked. I think this one came out and it was limited edition and I love it because it has their cruelty-free logo on the front. They did have another one that came out that was like rose gold packaging. I just like this one a little bit better. I'm using this shade in the palette just to set everywhere I need to set because I'm not trying to go get my loose powder right now. I keep getting lost, like way sidetracked. The reason I brought up the fact that I had the pre-filmed video and I hated it is because it's a great segue into telling you why I've been so dodgy on YouTube. So lately, I obviously haven't been posting as much videos, and there is a huge reason for that, and that is because I have gotten, ooh, I don't just dip my brush in blush. I have gotten so burnt out because I've been doing YouTube for 2 years now, and for like a solid year and a half of that, I was doing 3 videos a week, which is a lot of work. And I know a lot of people think that like YouTube is really easy, and if it's your full-time job, you better believe that shiz is easy. But when it's not your full-time job, when it's not bringing in the bills, like for me, it's not bringing in any bills, really, let's be honest. It's hard because you're working full-time somewhere else, or, you know, part-time or whatever other people are doing. I personally have to work full-time or else I couldn't get by. And it's a lot. It's a lot of work to do, and that is just one thing. I'm gonna prime my eyes before I do my brows because I've been doing that a lot lately, but I'll keep talking to you while I do that rather than turn the camera off because I got stuff to say. I work a full-time job, which I don't love, and I'm also working on something that is the most near and dear to my heart anything has ever been. I've been working on this for quite a long time, and I have not announced it, and I will not for a while because it's so scary. I'm not even lying, like it's scarier than starting a YouTube channel, like scarier than everything else because it's the thing I am meant to do. It is the most important thing in my life besides obviously like my family and stuff. And a few people know because I've talked about it on like social media before, well kind of. I like hinted at it on social media before, and a few people have asked me, and if I love them then I have responded to them, and especially if they can help me or like I can help them, then of course I've responded. But not something I've announced, and that is something I work on like all night. Like I come home from work, cook dinner, sometimes we go see a movie, and then I come home and I'm working on this other project for literally from like 9 p.m. till like 1 a.m. every day, sometimes 2 a.m., sometimes 1:30, just depends on like where I'm at and how good I feel about like pausing, or how if I'm like legitimately just like falling asleep while I'm doing it, then I obviously need to stop that. And that is the thing that is most important to me ever, and that is why YouTube has kind of taken it back, if I'm being honest. This is something I started working on 5 years ago, legitimately, and then took a really big break because I had like the worst block, like creative block, and I just couldn't grasp the things I needed to grasp. And then end of this summer, it all came to me, and I've just been working on it nonstop since then. So if you've realized the difference, that's why. Okay, I'm gonna just do my brows really fast though, and then we'll jump on and keep talking. So I'll see you in just a second. We're back. I'm gonna try not to talk as much because I think I've already got almost 20 minutes of filming, and I've only done my face, like my complexion. I haven't even done other stuff. So I'm going to jump into the ColourPop Ooh La La palette. This has become one of my favorite ColourPop palettes ever, and I know it's not an everyday palette or like super wearable, but do you see these colors? They're stunning. And like this hot pink is like everything right now. I just feel like that's totally the color right now, and that's what we're gonna do. Now, I don't remember exactly what I did when I did that look the other day. Actually, it was a couple months ago, but we're gonna make it happen. Actually, it was probably about 2.5, maybe just about 2 months ago, because this palette came out on October 3rd, like Mean Girls Day, and so it's still pretty new. But I'm going to start off with Soft Core, which is the palest pink shade in the palette, and use it as a transition shade up tool. Anyways, I'm not exactly sure where I left off when I was, you know, spewing my deepest, darkest inner thoughts to you guys, but I'm working on that thing, and obviously YouTube has taken a back seat, and sometimes I resent having to edit videos because it takes time away from doing the other thing I want to do. So I made a vow to myself that I need to take a step back, and because I don't want to resent doing this, because I love filming. I love hanging out with you guys like via video and responding to your comments. I love when you guys find me on Instagram and tell me that you are a subscriber. I love like all of this. I love just being able to have more friends on YouTube. Like, I love having you guys as friends, and I love makeup. So that is why we are here today. So remember when I used to do consistently 3 videos a week? That's most likely not gonna happen. Maybe not until sometime next year when I start to have more time to focus on YouTube again. But I will for sure have 1 beauty video up a week, and I will try to do 2. Like this week, I think I'm gonna have 2, because after this, I'm going to film a favorites video, because I haven't done one of those in like 2 months either. I don't think I've done one of those since October, because I didn't have time in November and I didn't have time in December. So here we are. To bring a little bit more pink, I'm gonna take Poodle, which is this top shade right here. It doesn't look as pink in the pan because it's obviously up against like some hot pink shades, but when you get it on your eye, girl, it's pretty dang pink. Anyways, I don't know if I said, but this is going into like the crease and a little bit up into the transition to get like a really flawless gradient there. Also, I haven't been doing eyeshadow as much, and girl, that's something that like, yeah, it's like muscle memory, but also like you gotta keep practicing. I just don't give myself enough time in the morning, so a lot of times what I do is just take a ColourPop Super Shock shadow, blend it all over my lid, put some mascara on. Well, obviously I have all my other makeup on, but when it comes to eye makeup, that's all I do. And I love ColourPop Super Shock shadows. They're like my favorite eyeshadow formula, like one of them for sure. But there really is an art to like doing an eyeshadow look where you're using a bunch of shades and you're putting them in specific places and you're blending and you're blending and you're blending for years, and then you're doing another color. Like, that's an art that you gotta like keep practicing, you know? Because I haven't been filming as many videos, I have lost some of my talent. So I'm going to start with this shade called Sandbar and add it into the crease as well. And then I might add a little bit of Trove, which is this like purpley-ish burgundy shade down here, which is also in another ColourPop palette. I think it's in either the Fame or Fortune palette, whichever one is the warm tone one. It's a really pretty shade, but it is intense, so you want to go with a little bit at a time. Before I go in with Trove, I'm going to take a little bit more of Soft Core, the first shade we used, just to kind of like dull out the edges up top and to make sure that there's like a blend between all the shades we've been using, you know? You feel me? Okay, now I'm going to take, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a base of Sandbar down and then over top put Opulent, which is just kind of like the same shade almost, but it has bluey undertones and blue like shimmer kind of. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm going to just go in with Soft Core, the first shade we use, and just kind of like mess, you know what, I'm gonna use a bigger brush. And just like messily sweep it along. Add that color down there. I accidentally just touched my concealer with my finger that had hot pink shadow on it. So, kind of look injured now, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna go in with a mix of Sandbar and Trove and keep it over towards the outer lash line rather than pulling it all the way through. I'm not sure how, but this ended up a lot deeper than the one I did, but that's okay. I still really like it because I've been living for this color lately. Just taking a white shadow from a different palette. I just happen to have my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette because this is one of my favorite palettes ever of all time, and also the smell is literally heavenly. And I'm just highlighting my brow bone with it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some of this really chunky, gorgeous, glittery shade called Tickled. This is chunky in a good way. And I'm going to put this on my inner corner. It's got this like really gorgeous like blue flip to it kind of. And it's like bluey pinky flip. and it's so pretty, but I really like the way it looks on the inner corner with this kind of an eye look, especially because the lid shade is a satin rather than like a metallic, so the focus, like it pulls you into the inner corner because you've got this like really fun shade there. But I'm not gonna use it to highlight my brow bone. I will use my highlighter shade. Okay, now we're freaking done with the eyes. So I'm gonna go into bronzer. I'm gonna take the bronzer out of this same Hourglass palette. It's just this shade right here, and sometimes it mixes with that one, which is a setting powder anyway, so it's not a big deal, but that's what I'm going to do. I honestly don't remember if I had anything else to say. I feel like I said most of what I needed to say in that first portion of the video, which is gonna take up freaking almost 20 minutes probably of this entire video. So sorry that it's gonna be a long one, but I hope you love me because I love you. Oh, but I feel like it's been so long since I've caught up with like all of you guys, so you should just comment down below what you've been up to, because honestly, like, it's not just me saying, I really do love when you guys comment and when you let me know what's going on in your life. Holy crap, the red flashing light just appeared, and I'm probably gonna have to pause this video so that I can charge this battery. I'm pissed. Maybe if I just go really fast. Anyways, I really like hearing from you guys. Like, seriously, it makes me really happy, and I love responding back to you and like relating to each other. So please comment down below what you've been up to so that I can like tell you things too, and we can converse and we can talk. And I don't know, I love that so much. I'm gonna take these stupid bobby pins out. For blushing, I'm gonna take this Ofra blush in the shade Mai Tai. It's kind of like not perfectly matching my eyes, but I kind of actually like that it's more warm and my eyes are more cool, you know what I mean? I don't know. But this blush, I've used it before on this channel plenty of times, so I've probably said this before. So pigmented, so going with a light hand. I've been loving blush lately though, like less bronzer, more blush. Like, I've been loving it. I want to look as young as I possibly can because I'm turn 26 next year, and it gives me anxiety, and I'm like, when I think about it, I actually get like feel like a little sick inside, because I mean, it's not like 26 is that old, but I feel like everything is like, all my younger years are gone, like literally just gone. And sometimes I'll take like the setting powder shade and like brush it along, because sometimes I did way too much blush, but we're also here for it. Loving it. Now time for highlight. I also feel like I haven't used the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter in forever, so I really wanted to use that today because this is a great highlight. And golden highlight, you might be like, golden with those eyes, but like, I'm going for it, you know? Because it is like so, oh, I just love that highlight so much. And it's so wet looking. Like, this is maybe one of the glossiest highlighters I have, and I love it. I just realized I forgot to contour my nose, so we will get to that after this. There we go. I love having a really highlighted brow bone. Just adds to the like wet looking glass skin, you know, like the glossy skin. You wanna know something tragic? So I traveled with this, my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder, which is my favorite. It's shattered. And it's $40. And I still had so much product left. So much. Where's my contour brush? There it is. I had so much product left, and so I'm pissed because when I can afford it, I have to buy a new one. And it's $40 freaking. Anyways, I never contour like my cheeks really ever because can't be bothered, but I always contour my nose, and so I use this every day. Like every day. I kid you not. I use it every day, and I still had so much product left, but it's shattered. Just absolutely shattered, and it was my fault for bringing it everywhere and not being very careful with it. Okay, let's set my face before my camera battery dies. I'm gonna take my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea, but this is a brand new bottle, so, oh, it works right off the bat, okay. Because it is so freaking dry, and I need that hydration. And now I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I have another mini because I can't go out and pick up. When I have more money, I'm gonna go out and pick up the full size because this stuff is good. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's brand new. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna pause the camera and turn it off for a second and do my mascara so that it doesn't die on me, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so got some mascara on. If you were wondering, I use the same mascara as I always use, which is the Glossier Lash Slick. And then the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. They're great. That's what I used. I always start off with Glossier and then move on to the Milk Makeup one. I wanted to do like a really fun, vibrant, monochromatic look, so I think I'm going to use the ColourPop Maxed Out Matte Luxe Lipstick, and hopefully I don't look crazy. I think it's gonna be cute, but I don't know. If it's not cute, I'll go get another one. We'll see. Also, my battery light's still flashing, so pray for me. Okay, so I know it's like a different tone of pink, but I'm kind of living for it, so. This is the final look. This isn't, okay, everything but the eyeshadow is like my everyday makeup. Like I've really been reaching for this a lot. That blush, the Ofra blush, the highlighter, not so much because I've been reaching for other things, but it is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. And if you've watched my highlighter videos, you would know that. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that you guys can understand where I'm coming from when I'm talking about certain things. I promise to be better though, and I love you guys. And please don't forget to comment down below and tell me what you've been up to so that I can respond back. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter because those are my favorite social medias, especially Twitter and Instagram, but I just said those, so sorry for repeating that. Anyways, they're my favorite. I'm very active on both, and I'd love to catch up with you guys on both of those as well. I'm gonna let you go though. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And if you do happen to be new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you guys join the family. And with all that being said, I'm gonna let you go. I love you so very much. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever happens to be there watching this video. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.